The right slide for me. So we may decide to split this talk into two if people want to have a break sort of halfway through. We may run all the way through in one go. We're going to leave it flexible, but it gives me great pleasure to introduce Sayantani, who is the leader of the Chicago Community Data Tribe, all the way over from America, and she's going to talk to us about using CRMA with Experience Cloud. So please, a big hand for Sayantani.
Thank you. Well, I not only run the CRMA meetup in Chicago. I also, like Manny, I am also the Tableau ambassador, and I write my own blogs. So the reason I write the blogs is I like sharing the knowledge I have, and that's why the meetup or coming here, everything. So that's little about me. So before we go into this, I just want to share a few things with you. Let's see. So this was a presentation that I had given long back to there. This was in 2020. COVID had just started, and there was this girl, Alexandria, who was asking people from CRM Analytics to talk about CRM Analytics to multiple people using their personal stories. So just a snapshot of how I got here. So this is how I got here. Now Gobi is Conservice. We got bought up, but the ESG platform still remains. And we use Service Cloud. 2020 it was Tableau CRM, and Community Cloud, which is now the Experience Cloud. These are our three main pillars based on which everything runs in our organization for the ESG platform. And I had never heard of Salesforce till I got the job. The very first day I got the job, I came to know about Salesforce. So with zero background in Salesforce, the reason I got the job, because I was working as a data scientist in a startup. And the way I got the job to some people is very unique, because I wasn't enjoying my job anymore in the previous company, so I wanted to do something different. And I was looking for something in urban design and using data in urban science, because that's my background in urban science. So I was looking, hunting, and then I found this company whose only thing I could find at that point of time was the COO in LinkedIn, who is now our CEO. And I messaged him on LinkedIn, and I told him, well, I'm looking for a job that looks like this, and this is my background. So didn't receive a reply. Usually nobody replies on LinkedIn when you're looking for a job, right? So that's what happened. So then one fine day, and any problem I have in my life, it goes to my dad, honestly. Even for data, yeah, anything, any issues in life goes to my dad. He's a technical person, so I have zero issues of giving him a call even at midnight, 2 o'clock, and saying, I have an issue, solve it. So, and he lives in India, so you can understand once in a while he does get a call from me at 2 at night asking him to solve my problems. So I told him that this happened. He said, well, people can be busy, so why don't you just message him again? It's a week. So I messaged him. Lo and behold, I get a message back from him in 5 minutes telling me, do you live in Chicago? I said, yeah. Can you come down to office at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning for an interview? Yeah. So he said, okay, let's meet. And that was supposed to be a half-an-hour interview, which landed in a 1.5-hour interview. So yes, by the end of it, he said, well, we think we are taking you, but we'll confirm you tomorrow, because we have to take it through our board, because it's a higher position than the regular positions. So we need to take it through, and you will be our first data scientist. We never even had this position. So the next day I get a call that, yes, you are hired, but we want you to meet the team before we give you an offer letter. Can you come down on Monday morning for lunch with the team? Sure. Did that, got an offer letter within an hour of the lunch, and that's it. I was asked to come down again the next day to join with no knowledge of what I'm getting into. Then I hear about Salesforce. My first question was, what is Salesforce? So the COO said, well, that's your challenge. Figure out what Salesforce is, and within a week, you have to tell us what are our biggest outliers and where we lack the most in data.
No pressure.
No pressure. I actually did that, and today is actually my 6th anniversary in the same company. So 6 years of Salesforce is my life. Thank you. So I'm not going to go through this, but this is something that I like talking about. What do I do other than data? Of course, meetups. Of course, writing blogs. I love traveling, so you can see all traveling, and I love cooking. That's just me.
We all love food.
Okay, let's go back to the meetup. Hopefully, this is going to work this time. Okay, so talking about Experience Cloud, which used to be known as Community Cloud at one point of time. This, you can see it's taken from Advanced Communities. This is for communities or Experience Cloud. I find this site to be extremely helpful. If anytime you want to look at, in short, what it is or want to find more details about them, this is an excellent site to look into. A Salesforce digital experience platform empowered with technologies, products, solutions that allow you to create personalized, fully fledged sites and portals connected to your data in Salesforce. So the way I look at it is they have something called audiences in Experience Cloud. If you know anything about it, you can literally create anything for anyone you want. You can say that if my role is ABC, then give them this page for this user. If my role is XYZ, don't give them this, but give them that page. If there are combination of things like role or say the department, give this, don't give that. Everything you can do, and it's super easy, all UI based. You really need no coding until and unless you want to change your CSSs or something. It's that simple. We use the partner community part of Experience Cloud, not the B2B or the B2C. It's flexible, customizable, secure. All the Salesforce securities work seamlessly through it without any problem. Salesforce, CRM Analytics, any kind of security works through it. You don't even have to go and say that give special security or anything, nothing. The regular security flows through. It saves you time, effort. Oh, it's extremely cheap. Like really, really cheap way of giving your customers Salesforce experience without giving them a $100 license, use Experience Cloud. The only caveat we found while doing this, we wanted to give access to our internal people. Internal people cannot use Experience Cloud. That's in the law. So that was kind of a bummer for a lot of us, but we wanted everyone to have CRM Analytics license without giving them a very costly CRM Analytics license, because all they need to do is view, not develop. So, okay, it can be, what can it be used for? So Customer 360 templates, there are ready-made templates, just use them, you get started in mere minutes. There are pre-configured themes, branding, you can put your own logo, you can put your customer's logo and then say, take the colors from the logo, and it's going to build its own themes and brandings. Salesforce CMS, knowledge base, everything just goes in, nothing stops any of this thing from working. So Chatter, this is chatter and question to case. These are some of my favorite features because you can actually let people chat using the chatter function, and they can question on cases, they can create cases, they can add new cases, they can even, if they have the right permissions, they can even edit the records in Salesforce. So it's that good at it. Analytics, dashboards, and reports. This is the part we are going to talk about. Analytics, dashboards, and reports, two parts. The first one is operational reports and dashboards, which is general Salesforce reports and dashboards. They work, there's something called a component builder in Experience Cloud, which I'm going to show you, that has reports and dashboards from operational side. Plus, there is Salesforce, the CRM analytics part, where also dashboards, plus instant analytics, plus instant predictions, everything can be just put in there now. So really, really easy. Okay, yes, this was put in by Will, by the way, this slide. So yes, it has unbelievable potential. Okay, let's go into this.
You should work in marketing.
He definitely should, yes, I agree. So all you do is you go to the it's used to be called something else. Now it's called All Sites. So Salesforce changes names all the time. We all know that. For anyone who's new here and doesn't know about CRM Analytics used to be called Wave. Way back in the day in 2014, and Will is already laughing at this. So before that, EdgeSpring actually is the company that started CRM Analytics, and Salesforce bought it out. So that was Wave. Wave became Einstein Analytics in 2017 or 2018. It became Wave. Then, Einstein Analytics. Then Tableau got bought over in 2020 by Salesforce, and they changed the name to Tableau CRM. That confused even more people. Then, very recently, they decided that that's not going well. They actually gave out a survey to ask people what the name was. CRM Analytics, among my friends at least, was the least selected, but we got CRM Analytics. It was the least favorite because no one. Yeah, the idea was the way we were yeah, exactly. The idea we were going with is not everyone uses it for CRM only, right? There's sales, there's marketing, there's service clouds, there are there's financial, there's manufacturing, there's so many things. Why do you want to name it CRM?
I think also it's very generic.
It's very generic.
Looking for work, you Google CRM Analytics, you get a lot of stuff that's just
Correct.
focus. That's my biggest problem with the name.
Exactly. So yeah, they.
My answer is quick enough on Google.
Yep. Yep, we can't find our answers quick enough on Google if that's the name. But well, as our manager says, whenever he does our demos to our clients, he always puts it, don't worry about the name, it might as well change in the next 6 months. So it's an internal joke for us right now, the amount of times this has changed, and we happen to be one of the very first companies that took into this whole analytics thing from Salesforce. So we have been through the whole journey of this, of changing names. Okay, so you go to All Sites, and then I already have this. I'm opening the legacy platform that we have. And, oh, by the way, Experience Cloud, you can have 100 active sites at one point of time. We don't, but I'm not even sure who wants 100 active sites on their platform, but they do. Because you have audiences, you have all sorts of securities embedded in it, so why would you build 100 sites is beyond me, but they do.
You build 99 drafts.
Good one. Good one. No, we do have a few of them. That's because our clients actually paid us to build a site just for them so that they can have their own website embedded in it, their own URL, not something that calls out our name or Salesforce name. So that we understand, but not when someone says that, oh, I want to have this color, so give me a new site. That we don't. Okay, so the way we do this is you can see the home page. Now, the way we build it is, if I click here, you'll see it's called CRM Analytics Dashboard. That's what it is called. And it is going to pop up. Takes a little while, at least in our org, because we have, I think, more than 1,000 dashboard right now. So, yes, per Salesforce, more than 1,000. So, per Salesforce, the more you have, the slower the site becomes because it's pulling everything in to show you what exists. Well, we happen to be one of the biggest customers of CRM Analytics with Experience Cloud, so just happens to be a little bit of while that thing tries to open up. So these are the things that are under analytics. You can see CRM Analytics Dashboard comes first. It is in alphabetical order. Dashboards is the operational dashboards. You can have the list. You can have Einstein predictions. Report charts is, again, operational. Report list, report summary, and then you can go down. You have all the CMS content, then all your feeds. So these are all your chatter. You can have files. You can even have Quip. Gamification, group engagement, all the groups, messages. You can have flows and screen flows and everything here. the records, I'm going to show you a record page. Sales search, so this global search that we have here, somewhere here is our global search. I'll show you. It comes from here. Then support, the different types of topics and user profiles you can embed, everything comes from here. So back to this. So all you do is pull that in, then look for whichever dashboard you're trying to find, set a height. The minimum is 300. After that, if you try sharing, it doesn't allow you to share. You need a minimum amount of space for letting people share this. So you can add your filters, share icon. We don't do title because we want the title to be more flexible, so that if I say the dashboard title is, say, current achievement new, it doesn't show new there. So we want our titles to be on our own. The header, because without the header, you'll not get the sharing icon or the download icon there. Open links in new window. This is useful if you want a new window for every time someone clicks anything on the chart, like the account name or the customer name or a product. The last one is hide on error. We don't want customers to see errors for obvious reasons. So I'll get out of this. So these are the headers that don't come up if you don't put the headers. So the last one is actually opening in Analytics Cloud. The only caveat I would put here is actually two caveats. The first one is you can explore, you can play around, but you cannot save your lenses or dashboards if you do anything. You can save a view, but if you want to change the dashboard to another chart type, you cannot save it because you don't have the license to edit or save your dashboards in Experience Cloud. The other caveat is time series. The dashboard level time series does not work in Experience Cloud because as of now, you need minimum Einstein growth license for that to happen. But if you have time series in recipes, it definitely works because then it becomes a data set and you no longer fall into this definition of dashboard level time series analysis. Okay, so next I'm going to show you. So you can add all the pages you want. All you do is click a new page. You can do a standard page, an object page, or a CMS content. What I am opening is an object page which has then been edited. Every time you create an object page, it creates 3 parts: the list view, the detail view, and a related list. So 3 of them. This is the detail page, which is absolutely changed because usually when you create a detail page, it gives you a chatter, it gives you details and related and nothing else. This has been, we keep the header and then we change everything else there. We just delete what Salesforce gives, we add tabs. So if I click here, you'll see these are all the tabs that we added on our own, and then we start from there. So when we do this, the reason I love the record pages so much is exactly if you're embedding CRM analytics in regular Salesforce on a record page, you have those filters and other things that you can do. You can do the exact same things here. You have all the filters, you can hide it, you can show the filters. If you don't want to show the filters, you can hide them. So property dashboard, that's the height, that's the filter builder. You can use a string, which will become very complex. So just a filter builder. So if you click here, you can lock and hide the filters that have been applied. Then you can add more filters. So if the data set exists, then only you can add more filters. You cannot add random filters in there. Again, the same thing, show the sharing icon, show the header, and hide on error. So that's that. And if you have any questions, I can answer now before I go to the demo.
Time series dashboards. What would be a workaround if you hadn't built it in the data set? Built a dashboard
The workaround is do it in recipes. Always do it in recipes. The reason I like time series in the dashboards is it gives you more flexibility. You can choose the options there. Once it's embedded inside recipe, you lose all the options of multiplicative or additive, or I want seasonality, I don't want seasonality, or let it be on auto. You lose all the functionality there. So that's why I like it in dashboard. But unfortunately, for clients who want to use it but don't have a full Salesforce license, the recipe is their only option. Okay. No other questions? Yes, please.
So the open and